Thanks.
Over there.
Good evening, everybody. How are you going? How's
Are we
everybody?
on?
How's everybody today?
So we're live.
Are we live? If you can hear us, this is a new setup. We thought we would try something different today. So we'll see if it works. We have new router, we have new cables,
Yeah, not breaking.
new
up.
lighting, and we want to have
A new dress.
and we want to have live videos without me wanting to throw my computer out the window. So we'll see how that goes today. G'day, Ray Samples. It's got a question. So anyway, so the topic of I'll answer that in a second, Ray. So I guess the topic of the video today is we don't
Look up.
Okay, pardon me. I need to look up here. If I'm looking down here, I'm looking at the computer. So this is something we're going to have to work with, isn't it?
I also start looking there.
Yeah, I guess we don't really have a topic, do we? Or do we?
We always
Or do we? Or maybe we do.
do.
We need to do a little bit more. We need to work on our communication.
Yeah. Yeah, so today we want to just answer your questions because we got a lot of emails, and sometimes, it's about our tours, and sometimes it's just about general questions of moving to Ukraine, doing some stuff. So we would like to, we soon going to the airport to pick up our clients. So before that, we decided to just jump on video and talk to you today, not on Sunday because I'm leaving for Wing Woman mission. And we would like to answer some questions and also discuss a little bit more about how to be prepared for the trip to Ukraine, because now it's spring and summer is coming, and every single call that we have, they say that we planning to come June, July, May, April, May. So we would like to a little bit discuss how we would like you to be prepared for the trip, what you need to know, what is new about the COVID, about the insurance, and if you would like to be part of Hard Rocket, when you actually need to contact us and talk to us.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of guys now, they're sort of contacting us, but they all want to come in June, July, don't they? It's like June, July.
End of May, and now I understand because it's of the holidays. So one guy said that he would like to do it like for some government holiday, and I was like, what do you mean? Because I know the 4th of July, but he said that there is also Labor Day, so he would like to come when he can take some extra days off from work because of the holiday. And I understand that it is like something that people consider really, so it's not the first and the last time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can talk about those things. I think we should like, we have had like a few like in the last week for June, July, and it's like, because people like it's summer, but I don't think people realize how hot it is. Yeah. In June, July, like it can be unpleasant.
According to dating, to be honest, yes, because it's like so hot that you're not feeling yourself, and
you're a bit sweaty.
No, I didn't want to say that, but you're right. So. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, the monk, Cisco.
Captain Cisco, it's already March. No way and no reason and no need to think of January. But the winter wasn't that cold, right?
Yes. Well, last winter it snowed like very lightly. This one it snowed like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. Relatively heavy. So I don't know if that's.
Keep point.
I don't know if that's unusual or normal.
That it was snowy. No, people was actually enjoying, because usually, especially in Odessa, we don't have much snow, and so this year it was really very enjoyable. Not for me, I don't know, but people were enjoying the snow.
I enjoyed the snow.
Yeah,
for me it was different.
Yeah. So March, April, May, June. Amazing, just incredible month for traveling, because everything become green. And we have a guy in Kyiv at the moment, and he was looking for some park, like you've been in Ukraine a couple of years ago, and said like, Luba, there was like an incredible botanic garden, and I started searching for that. In April, there's so many, like it's really beautiful, and if you're taking your date, it's so romantic. Like they have these exhibitions with the flowers, with the tulips, like in Holland, and like it's beautiful. In summer, all the flowers already gone. I mean, of course, there's. I can find you beautiful things to talk about every month. In winter, you can go somewhere in mountains and you can be cozy and you can cuddle and you can sit near the fireplace, right?
Yeah.
In spring, this is like walking. In summer, you go to the beach. In autumn, like there's many things that you can actually do in any season. Depends like who you are with.
Yeah, so, I guess in winter, you're limited to what you can do. I mean, I do like the cold because it's kind of cozy, but I think the cold is better for like when you've got a second trip and you've got a lady and you want to be coach. I don't know. That's just what I think anyway. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, just fire them at us. We're just kind of just chilling, aren't we? We're just chilling today. We're just relaxing, having a good weekend. Ray says, since I'm moving to Ukraine, how do I get her to come into my frame instead of coming into hers? Like if you're moving to Ukraine, like you have so many advantages, right? You have so many options. You know, you can even, we don't like to talk about it, you can even have a slightly larger age gap. As far as frame, I mean, you still have to have your frame. Like, if it's actually a little bit difficult thing to kind of explain, because you can't explain come over to Ukraine and make sure she goes into your frame. Like, your frame should just be your frame. It should be strong. You should come here, get yourself an apartment, set up your apartment, maybe join some speaking clubs or something like that, learn some Russian, get to know some people, and it will just happen. That's your frame. So when you talk about frame, it's not just necessarily she's coming into your physical frame, like into your place where you hang out.
Yeah, and then you leave. Like, it's not just,
it's not just that. Yeah, it's that I wouldn't focus too much on it. Like, I wouldn't come to Ukraine and go, right, I'm here now, I need to start dating. I wouldn't worry about that. I would just come here and just get settled in, and it would just happen naturally. When you're talking about frame, it's the same as in the West or anywhere else in the world. It's just that you have to have your own point of origin. So you have to know what your values are, what you want in life, and you need to stick to that. So it's not necessarily a physical frame that she's moving into. So understand who you are. If you're a little bit unsure as to the whole frame thing, definitely read some books. Like Rollo Tomasi stuff was very good. And Rational Male. What's the other one?
Tactical Guide.
A Tactical Guide, yeah. Read these books. They'll teach you about frame and just understand it from the start and understand where you are placed. And that's it. Like, you don't have to pretend and go, okay, what is my frame? I need to, like, if you're doing this, it's completely wrong.
I would like to share this experience of the gentleman who moved to Kiev at the moment. And, I really love, like, his approach. So when, so he got a rocket match, so he wanted to have our support. And, like, I really love this question where it is, like, what is the pros and cons of our services? We will talk about this in a moment. But, like, so this gentleman, he got the rocket match package. So it means that he has 3 months of support, and I can support him on any matter. Like, he was recently looking for actually learn new word with him. He said, where is like 10 pin? And I said, 10 pin? He said 20 pin, 10 pin 24/7. And I'm like, what is he like? Maybe it's a shop, maybe it's a pharmacy. I never heard that bowling is called 10 pin.
Oh, 10 pin bowling, yeah.
I didn't know that. And he was like, 10 pin. And I was like, oh my God, like, I'm a wing woman, I should know everything, and I can't find it out. So yeah, so I advise him, and I help him with everything. And then he slowly got into the dating part. He started, like, not going on this, like, when the guy's coming for the rocket tour and they have only 2 weeks, so of course I need to put as much dates as I can. So they have introduction dates, and then if they want to, they go on the second date, and then they go back home, they start communication, and then they come back. So this is the idea. You can't get married in 2 weeks. But this guy, for example, who moved, he didn't he didn't ask me to arrange him 15 dates. With him, I kind of, like, already knew, like, very much his type, and so I arranged a date for him. And so now he's just proceeding the relationship with this lady the same as he would do it on the West, right? Like, when he met a lady, it doesn't mean like that he's jumping for 5 ladies at the same time. No, he's taking his time.
He's taking his time.
For you, it's like, it's a very, very good that you're moving here. Just, you will need to look around, find the places that you like, and he enjoy, he has routine. He go in the morning to the coffee shop, he already met some people, he went to museum, he now in this park. So I mean, he just learning. And
it should be, like, if you're moving here, like, I do not suggest move here just to get married. Like, it's just a terrible life strategy for any man to do something like that. But if you're moving here and you want to live here, it's cheaper to live here. I enjoy living here. There's so many cool things to do. It's like a really, well, if there was the ability to travel, it's very cheap to travel to any location for like €100, any country, Prague, France, whatever. So if you like that part of it, the rest will just flow kind of naturally. So yeah. Okay. Igva, pros and cons of your services, please be honest. Well, I mean, this is kind of like a long video, a long topic, I suppose, but I guess the pros, let's try and summarize this. The pros kind of come from the cons from everyone else. Kind of, I guess, is a way to say it. So I guess with us, like, I went through these agencies and I saw, not just me, but many other guys, sort of, there was things that you're looking at it and you go, why wouldn't they just do that differently? Why wouldn't they just, like, You know,
And
you're paying like, one of them I paid like $8,000 for their service. And then when I went on one date and it was like a translator.
45 minutes.
Yeah, 45-minute translator. And then the manager who was like translating for me was waiting outside with a hand like this. And I was like, what? She said, you owe me $20. And I was like, I just paid like $8,000 to the owner. Like, and I go, so all of these little things. And it was like, you need that person there with you, but not just while you're on the tour, because we have different packages, but also the support that goes with it. Because a common theme that you'll hear is that, like, oh, once the company's got your money, they don't care about you. There's no support or anything. And that's true. Okay. So we talk to a lot of guys and it's like the relationship falls apart after like 2-3 months. It's a 3-month wall. It's a very strong phenomenon. So this is one thing as well. Plus, like with, I need to look up here. It's very distracting having a camera up here. It's a new camera. So
there all the time.
So because I'm used to looking.
Yes, I know. And I like when you talk to this person.
Yeah. And so also with like our one, which is the same price as the other tours that are like $7-8 grand, but you get everything with it, include your flights around Ukraine, your train tickets, your quality accommodation. You have an assistant with you who's the translator. Plus, we do about a month of matchmaking beforehand. Oh yeah, okay.
It's not plugged.
Yeah, it's okay. And what else? Plus, we have like many different options. Like, there are some ladies that just speak English. We understand that there are guys that are like, is it possible to get an English-speaking lady? And most people will say, well, you have to try. And here it's like, okay, here's a list. Like, you can try this list first. It just cuts through so much time. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we could go on about that for ages. I mean.
So pros is like what is good and cons is what is bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cons is we are not the cheapest, okay, and we're very open about that. We think we're very reasonable, but we're
not taking everybody. I think it can be our cons as well, because like the guys want to apply, but like we just can't get everybody. And
there's not enough Lubers.
And also it's because like I don't try to be like arrogant, but I come to the point where I would like to choose the client, and I would like to work with the guy that I can help. I see that I can really help, and I can take him, and I can, like, I already in my mind even may have some idea of who I'm going to introduce him.
Yeah, actually that is a con, because it's there's only certain slots, and you'll take 2 guys, you and Maria, and if those 2 slots are full and the guy's only got that time off work, then we can't take him. So that's a con. So I guess it's limited spots as a con, which we don't like. We would like to be more, but we don't feel comfortable just sending a guy off with a assistant, that, I don't know, maybe we'll figure out a way to fix that later on, but that, and like, yeah, it's a long video. Maybe you've got some questions about specific pros and cons that you want us to answer. Otherwise, it's a very difficult question to kind of.
But the pros, the biggest one, I think that it is support, and also and like the guys who are watching us and who are in a relationship now after the tour, they will tell that support is very important when you are in a relationship and there is many questions you have, a lot, like something always happening, you not quite understand what you need, or like there is some situation, and like I'm always there to help, and I'm always there to support and explain what's happening, or like if you need any help with the delivery, with the now it's holidays coming, like support is something that really, when I was working for big companies, I see that it was missed, because like the guys was messaging, like sometimes there was messaging like these translators or girls like on Viber, and the girls can't really help because like they don't want to take the client from the company, but at the same time the guy is not really paying the company or is a client anymore, because like after the tour, like they kind of forget about that.
It's not people seem to think, or people, agency owners, whatever, seem to think that we introduce you and then after that, hey, it's up to you.
I think the most important part starting then, when the differences, when the difficulties, when the 3-month wall is coming, so that all of that is like that important.
Yeah, well, they all acknowledge the fact that like there's cultural differences and you have to adapt, and then there's issues through. But at the end of it, they're not really there to help. It's like they warn you about it at the start, and then at the end, it's like, hey, look, we told you about it. Like, can you not sort it out? It's like just a little bit of support. And like, there's been times like when you've jumped in and you've saved things that were just the most. In the West, well, not in the West. If they had perfect communication, they probably could work through it. But even though she could speak English, it's very limited. You can only explain things on a very superficial level. You need someone that's going to translate it into on a deeper level. Okay.
Those who just get married in Ukraine.
I'm looking for a guide of things to see and do when I travel there in September. I don't want to have a rigid schedule of events, but I want to know my opportunity. Are you talking about dating, or are you just talking about sightseeing? If you're talking about sightseeing, I mean, I'm sure that we can point you in the right direction of a tour guide. If you're talking about dating, well, yeah, I mean, if you use Rocket Match, not Rocket Tour, it's very flexible. It's 12 up to 12 dates that we match, and you're part of our system and everything with the 3-month support. And if you, like Lou was saying before, that we have a client here at the moment, he wants a date for Saturday, and then maybe like next Saturday he wants another date because he's here for like a few months, whatever.
He lives here, no?
Yeah, he's working on his documents to live here. So for him, it's like there's no stress. That may be the option for you. Kyle, how are you?
This question: those who choose to get married in Ukraine, do they have future problem getting a visa for his new bride from his home country? In my case, the USA. So the answer to this question, there's like few options, right? Like there's, two options. You can get married in US, so you can apply for K1 visa, it's fiancé visa, or you can apply for bride visa, for wife visa, actually, not bride, wife, and you can get married here. So to get married here, it's not a big deal at all. Like all you need, like there are certain documents that you need to bring. It's like you need to like criminal records and like different stuff, but it's very easy to accomplish, and like it's very cheap and easy to get married. But to be honest, if like when it will be beneficial for the guy, and I have this situation when the guy been divorced, when he was applied for a K1 visa before twice. So he cannot apply for the third one. So this is the law of USA, like regulation. Maybe if it was like 20 years ago, then he can apply. But if it was like in recent, like 5 years, and sometimes it's happening, who knows? But you will not be able to apply for a K1 visa. So then the only option for you is to come here, get married, and then take this woman as a wife. This process actually taking longer than the fiancé visa. I don't know why. Maybe because the lady, when she come to US, she already have a green card, but this process takes longer. So if fiancé visa takes like 3 to 6 months, nowadays it's 6 to 8. Then marriage visa, like wife visa, it's about a year. So it is longer. So if there is no particular reason for that, it's not beneficial. If you are moving here and you're getting married here, so this is the easiest way for you to get residency in Ukraine.
Okay, Cisco, let me just bring this up on the big screen.
Why did the international dating industry shift from Russian focus to mostly Ukraine over the past 30 years?
So, I mean, there was a legitimate industry, okay, back in the day. But when it was with, it shifted to Ukraine, I think when USSR probably fell, and it became much easier for people to get in and out of the country. That's my understanding of it, and it just became a lot easier, a lot more friendlier for people to travel in. You know, that's why wasn't popular in Belarus. It was because I'll get that thing. Because it was so hard to travel there. You had like very short visas.
And also nowadays, like it's difficult for the guys to travel. I even have like few ladies contacted me from Russia, and they say like, do you have any guys coming there? And to be honest, no, not really. Even when connection is good, he's still leaving. He's still disappearing, and leave me alone. Okay, so we located in Odessa for now. Hi everyone from Brooklyn. If you get the vaccine, do you still need to take a COVID test in Ukraine and self-quarantine until you receive your result? So to be honest, like nobody will answer you clearly to this question. We have at the moment the guy who already got the COVID in the past, and he did a vaccine, and he's coming in Ukraine today. And I asked him to bring the test, so there would be no problems at the customs. So he's bringing the test. The best thing for you now, if you travel to Ukraine, just to have your test with you, show it to them, and there are going to be no questions, nothing. So I think that this is the best what you can do for yourself.
Yes. I mean, and no matter, like, it's better to be safe and then not use it rather than be stuck there and then you've just got some asshole.
But remember that you still need insurance. You still need insurance. It's important. It's the first thing that they really, really ask for.
Yeah, they will ask for that.
Yeah. So also, like, we can kind of like go back to this question about pros and cons. I kind of like it. It's challenging. Like while we have other questions.
Okay.
What do you think? I mean, of course, talk about our pros, like what is good about us. We can talk a long time because I think that we're improving it every time.
Let's talk about cons.
Cons, yeah. I also was thinking.
What's a con?
Cons, like from the guys with whom I've been on a tour in December, they said that I'm very fast. Like,
Oh yeah.
they said that I need to like.
You
They
need
said
to
that,
slow
I said,
down.
what was the problem? Like, what you don't like? They said like everything was incredible, but it like it was always like faster. Like because I always like, guys, we need to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We should go. We should
Okay, so what if somebody said, you know, I don't want to do all the, I don't want to walk. I want to get a taxi. Would you say, okay?
No, not with me. Because like in Kyiv, like it's such ridiculous traffic. It's always traffic. Like we stay in a very nice hotel there in a very center. And when I look in the window, like it's starting from 7 in the morning till night. Like it's always traffic. And it's like stay. Like it's I see that the same car from 7 in the morning till night is still there. So like what's the point? It was like 22 minutes walk or 1 minute by taxi. Like it was not that far, but I mean it was almost same. So of course we will walk. I mean I honestly I sometimes show a lot, like, but we have so many dates and the program is so full that we do not really have like super much time to look around, to go to museums. I try to show them like the most interesting thing. And like, honestly, I wish there would be more like, so I can, but in 10 days, I arrange 15 dates and I want them to see like meet the ladies. And when it is the first date, it's important to see it. You know, it's important not to do bowling, not to do golf. It is important to sit and talk because, you know, to see how the interaction will go and how everything will go. And this is important. And sometimes I don't have enough, but at the same time, I want them to see, to feel, to do stuff. And this can be a little bit rushed.
Tracy, now we actually had a guy that we did a call with this week who's coming over to see a lady that he has met. He's going to meet her for the first time, and he wants us to basically have his back. But we're going to be there. Luba's going to go and meet this lady, and Luba's going to like suss her out, like suss her out, figure it out. But he's also paid for like support in the background, help him organise accommodation if he gets stuck, advice, all that sort of stuff. So we didn't have anything that we had as like a package for that. We used to have a support one kind of. So for him, we actually did something that was kind of custom. Didn't we said you'll get this when you're in town. We will come and what?
Look up.
Oh, we will come and we will meet him and hang out and like old friends, and we'll see what's going on. So just to make sure that he's okay, just in case anything bad is happening or anything like that.
Yeah, we're very flexible. Like we don't have much time. Like we really want to stick to our product, what we created. We have Rocket Match, we have Rocket Tour, and you know, we really would like to stick to that product. But if the guy is really asking for some extra help, we will make some custom-made package for you. In case I see that it is reasonable. Because for me, it's not the point of just taking money. I just like this case for us. It's very interesting. So we also like would like to.
It's a very interesting story.
Like we will tell later. So maybe. Yeah. What kind of insurance? Medical insurance? If yes, will current health insurance from states be acceptable? No. So Ukraine make a requirement that only local insurance is valid for the COVID. It's not expensive. It's inexpensive, honestly. But
what's the price?
There's a website. I mean, we make it a little bit. I mean, for our clients from the Rocket Tour, it's a bonus. It's free.
It's included. Yeah.
It's included. For the guys who are not the client, you can go to the website that's called Visit Ukraine, and I think it's like €3 a day or something like that. So
€3 a day. €3 a day. So it's pretty cheap. It's pretty reasonable. Okay. It's quiet, isn't it, on Saturdays? We normally do them on Sundays.
We usually do on Sundays, yeah, but we can't.
Ask some questions. Ask us anything. Well, not anything. Oh, I know what you were thinking. But what else should we talk about? What else is happening? What's happening? You know, it's really strange. It's, you know, there's a lot of buzz. Like this one minute COVID's getting worse. 1 minute it's getting better. Like this, like I've almost got to the point now where I can't be bothered watching the news, you know, because you watch this and it says it's going down, and then you watch this and it says, oh, they're going to impose new things, you know. But here, like, so many people are not wearing masks. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I think that people are just like, they've kind of had enough, or they've run out of masks. I don't know. They just don't.
But nowadays it's like such a production like of the different masks. I don't know how it is in US, but here, like with the other day bought the green ones with the eucalyptus. Oh, this
eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus.
Oh, yeah.
Evcalypt in Russian. Like not flavor, like smell.
Yeah.
And so it's a big production, good for them. Maybe we should also
We could do heart rocket
masks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
I think
who knows. Sorry.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, so who knows, like, what's going to happen in like this month, next month? I guess we have concerns because we have clients that are booked in for this upcoming month. So we have fingers crossed that they'll be able to fly. They'll probably be able to fly in because we hope they can fly in. I've heard conflicting stories that they might shut down the airport here, but then I've read online that says that they will never shut it down. So we don't know. We don't want people to like buy tickets and then they fly, and then when they're here they can't fly back, or when they fly back they have to isolate or self-quarantine. So there's all these things, there's all these risks that we think about all of the time, so.
But so far everything is good, guys are coming, like a lot of guys are planning their trips and they buy tickets, and I always like advise for the guys who are planning to come, and I kind of do it for all of our clients. You don't really need to use travel agent for the tickets. I don't know. I know that some guys are doing that. There's no need, because travel agent for some reason trying to find you kind of the best deal, and it's usually go through Amsterdam or Frankfurt. Like, please just go to the website of Turkish Airlines. I think they should pay me for that. Like I just said, but it's really, I'm kidding. You should go to the website of Turkish Airlines, and if you are like somewhere from the big city, or the big city is reachable for you by car, or even if you fly with the Southwest or like whatever United, like you fly to this bigger city like Houston, Chicago, New York, you fly New York, Istanbul, Odessa, or Istanbul, Kyiv, or Istanbul, Kharkov. Like, it's so good. There's no delays. There's like, it's one ticket. So we have a client in this in January. So he had a ticket. It was 3 different airlines. So one airline canceled something, and then you just stuck until like somebody else will change. So Turkish Airlines at the moment, like, they're the most reasonable. And the guy was looking from Houston. I think it's less than from Vegas. From LA. Sorry, from LA, it is $950 to come to Odessa. It was like that reasonable.
Return.
So, it's a round trip.
Yeah.
So very reasonable. Check Turkish Airlines and just book your tickets there.
And also, don't do what I did. Like, make sure you check the layover and all that sort of stuff. So I recently flew through Istanbul. I was flying out. I was going to another country. And I got our friend to book the ticket, and I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, an hour layover, I'll have to run, otherwise I'll be late. So I get off and I'm like, man, I got to run. And I can't see the flight on the board. And I thought it was an hour layover. Oh, no. It was a 13-hour layover, because it left at like 1 a.m.
But you enjoy the Turkish food. It's good.
No, it was good. I left the airport and I went to like that big market and hung out there. So it was actually pretty good. But yeah. But it's because of the destination. But from US, they make it like really very good. It's like 10 hours flight, and then it's like 2 hours, and then you on board. And if there's any delay, it's again one ticket. They will change it for you with no problem. So it's a good, like, for me, if I would fly that. It's sustainable. It's pretty comfortable.
It's pretty comfortable. And also the hint that I give to our clients, and it seems like working. So if you can't afford like business class, like, and you buy economic class, like most of the people do, when you come to the counter, just ask them. Sometimes you can upgrade to the business class for $150.
Yeah.
So like, if you buy it from the beginning, it's much more expensive. If you ask if they have any left, they usually sell it like cheaper, and you will fly very, very comfortable. And got the Versace set.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
If I choose ladies from different cities, can they come to Kyiv, or should I visit her in the city? I mean, we don't really deal with that, do we? Like, if we deal with like traveling to the cities, I mean, it's a bit of responsibility you have to take on yourself to get her there and make sure that everything is done. And do you pay for her ticket to come there? And we work it a little bit differently. Whereas it depends if you're doing rocket match here. Well,
look up. It's a sign.
Oh, is that what you're pointing at? What are you pointing at?
Yeah.
So if you're doing rocket match, you can do whatever you want, But I mean, I would probably go to the city. That's how I would do it.
I would advise, like, here's advice that I have. I think today will be just a useful video that you can just suck some advices. So advice, if you're coming for a long time to Ukraine and you would like to do a rocket match, or you would like to come on your own, please do not book your accommodation for the whole period. This is a big mistake,
Mhm.
because guys who booking the accommodation, they find a good deal. They think, we'll save some money.
Mm.
They actually, to be honest, at the end, they're losing more, because they feel bad that they have to pay for extra accommodation if they go to another city. So they have to stay in Kiev. They're not happy about that, because they kind of thinking that they losing some opportunity. But they just like they stay there because they're saving money, and don't want to spend money on extra accommodation. So if you come to Ukraine, I would recommend you the best what you can do: book at the beginning, like first 5 days, book a hotel. Book a hotel where you will meet people like who travel, like usually like in Kiev, a lot of people speaking English, a lot. And just do it, stay there, meet some people, talk to concierge, they will help you. You will like get to know the area. In 5 days you will decide, maybe you meet some lady, while that, like, then you decide which city you're gonna go. But do not limit yourself with accommodation for all period of time. This is really a big mistake.
The other part to that question, Igva, was that if you go on a tour, you'll be going to a different city. So we don't get the ladies to travel around or anything like that. You'll go to those cities where the dates have already been set up with ladies that have shown interest in meeting you and that you want to meet them. You've been match made. It's no blind dates. I just saw something here. Does Striker know Captain Cook is related to Captain Cook? Does Striker know who Captain Cook is? Yeah, he discovered New Zealand, and Captain Cisco must be related to him. They got the same first name.
Captain
yes,
Cisco,
I do.
It's so interesting. Sometimes we have a call with a guy, and the guy say, like I'm that like WD-40. I'm from the channel. Like.
Yeah. He was like, oh, really? We feel like we already know you. If
we have to.
This one here, yeah, okay. So I learned about this one too yesterday. Travel from UK is banned for non-essential purposes. From Monday, we have to have a permit to travel. Hopefully, we thought that was already the case, right?
Because my friend told me that it's already a case that you can't travel without a purpose.
So this is what we were struggling with at the moment. So we have a client that's going to be coming over, but he's got to wait until after like this date in May. But so if there is something else that came into effect yesterday, but I'm sure that said March, right?
Yeah, but anyway, like the borders will be open in May. So for now, like you need. I know that one of the guys, he's looking for some kind of like conference in Ukraine, and he tried to get permit from his work. So it is a struggle. Nothing I can. Nothing
so there must be certain. Actually, I think that's what I read. There's like a certain reason that you can leave. But I mean, how do they determine that? You have to have a letter from another company, or what?
Kind of like invitation. If you have an invitation like that, you're coming to Ukraine because you are visiting like some exhibition or something. So for work.
Okay. I need someone to clean my apartment. Maybe we could and then they can come in, right? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe clean your car. Your car needs cleaning.
But you did it. You usually do. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, guys, very important. Like, I know, sir, you don't like this topic about International Women's Day. Yes, it is on Monday. So the question that Striker asked me, he said, Luba, but when is the Men's Day?
No,
when is the Men's Day?
That's not the question that I asked.
You asked me.
That was the query that I had, but there wasn't. When was it? Because I know what the answer for that question is, and of course there isn't one. Because
it is the one. You got socks on that.
Oh, that's right.
So yes,
this is the rule. Give something to any woman that may have smiled at you in the past.
No, just be nice to women. Yes, it is big holiday, and it's even day off, and like for the guys it's struggle because it's like 14th of February, like Valentine's Day, and then immediately Women's Day, and then Easter, and then like New Year.
I buy more presents for Women's Day than I do for like my friends and family back home.
I'm improving you. You're getting better.
Actually, I should tell the story of last year. This is why I don't like Women's Day. Should I tell the story? What happened last time? Remember with the three?
Yes, with the 3 women that he has.
With the 3 women that I had. No, is it a story that's funny? It was pretty traumatic.
I don't know. It's your traumatic.
It was traumatic. No, I'll leave it for another day. Okay.
A womanizer.
No, it's not like that. It's the 3 babushkas who work on the door downstairs, and I
told
made a
him-
really bad mistake with it. And
No, wait. I told Striker we have to be nice to them. Like they really love you, and they always ask me questions about you. They're so welcoming you, and you have to buy something nice.
yeah, and I did. And so what I did is I bought 3 boxes because there's 3 of them. They work like one, and then the second one the next day, and the one after that. So anyway, so I thought, okay, I'll buy these chocolates. I was happy to do that, because you never know when you need them to let you in the house when you locked your keys out or whatever. So anyway, so I go first day, and I just moved in, so I didn't really know their faces that well. I didn't really know any Russian, and so I walk in and I give one to one. And she's like, oh, she's so happy, and I was like, yeah, that's very nice. Then I walk away, and then the next day I know, oh, the next one's going to be working. So I walk in with the box of chocolates, and I give it to her, and she's like, oh, thank you so much for these chocolates. I shouldn't say that, but she was like, oh, and I was like, oh, no problem. Then I just let me in if I'm ever like locked out of the apartment, whatever. Anyway, so the next day I come down to give the next one. And I wasn't really thinking, and I walk into the little office there, and it's the same lady as the first one. And I'm like, oh, shit, I can't, I'm like, and she's like, oh, more chocolates. So I had to give her the third box chocolates.
He's traumatized, guys. Like he really traumatized.
I was traumatized
for a year he can't.
And that one there, she's so lovely, isn't she? She's so lovely. And there's been times when I've come home late, 2, 3 in the morning, and she because they sleep down there, right? So you're knocking on the window, and she's like, looks in, and she's like, she's so happy to see me. Because they put the lock on, so you can't use your key, which makes no sense to me at all. But that's what they do. But the other one with the white hair, she found out that the other's got 1 and the other one got 2. And when I go in there, it's like freezing in the snow, and I've got my washing, and I'm like, open the door, and she's just sitting there. Yes, I remember you. You didn't buy me
this year,
chocolates.
he was so against that. Like I have to run around him just asking to buy the.
I was traumatized.
And we got
so
such a nice gift for him, and so we already managed 2. And today
they are nice. They're nice.
And today, the lovely one.
I made a mistake, and I couldn't. How could I say no, not for you? This is for. I should have actually. I don't know. I was just traumatized. Anyway, don't let that happen to you, okay?
If you have a girlfriend, remember.
Be smart about it. Remember what they kind of look the same.
Striker.
Kind of. They sort of look the same.
Okay, you can travel to Ukraine via Istanbul, Turkey. Yes, you do. You can.
Milan's asking for Striker.
Milan, you make a mistake. It doesn't make sense even in Russian, dear. I'm sorry.
Needs to buy.
Milan, we will have to take a Russian class. If you give your woman flowers on 8th of March, they... Обидно, если нет. I don't... Нет. Will she be offended if you not give her a gift? Yes, she will. If you don't give your woman flowers on March 8th, they will be offended. Yes, very much.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, they are, man. They get nuts on this stuff. It's really... Don't even get us started.
But isn't that difficult?
No, it's not difficult at all.
The problem here in Ukraine, the problem that I see, that I feel bad about, guys, that the flowers jump in price 3-4 times. This is what I don't like. This is when I feel bad for the guys that they have to spend more money. The rest is fine. They have to give flowers.
Okay. So,
why should I trust?
So, are you asking, is Milan wanting to get advice?
No, but I think that he
Milan,
in Russia.
Milan,
you are such
you know the answer.
You know the answer. You are you have such an experience.
Yes.
Andy, I'm gonna read this.
If you don't, okay. I'm from India. Okay.
No, this one.
Why not this one?
About me.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's answer this one, okay? Because it's a one, okay? I'm from India. Can I meet Ukrainian girls in Dubai? I mean to say schedule a date in Dubai. Nah, not really. So look, it's very difficult to get matches for guys from India. All right, no offense. It's just the way that it is, okay? So some agencies will say, hey, don't worry about it. Give us your cash and we can do that for you. But it's very difficult. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I mean, if you were to move here, yeah, fine. If you lived in other places in Europe, Poland, France, Germany, whatever, yep. But Ukrainian women do not seem to have this desire to move to India. Even Dubai is difficult, So we have had calls with guys from Dubai, and it's like, look. And the other thing too is there's very, very different cultural differences. There are cultural differences between, Eastern Europe and Western Europe, but they're not so significant, are they? They're not like really, really different, that it's like, holy shit, what's going on? But when it comes to, say, like Hindu or Muslim or something like that, it's like completely different, especially when you the lady may have to dress in a different way, take a different religion, give up her religion, blah, blah, blah. So it's very difficult. We typically, well, actually, we don't. If a guy's from India, we say, look, we can't help you, and we don't think that you should even bother booking a call with us. So fortunately, it's the way it is. It's not a racist thing. Some people think it's racist. It's not. It's just the way that it is.
Okay, there was a question from Daniel Allen. Like, we've seen your message on Skype. Sorry, we're just like extremely busy. Like, I will not be around like in March. I will be online. So I will try to help you with dental work as much as I can. But I will contact you soon. So why should I trust you as a matchmaker? I saw her. I assume it's me.
Why should I trust you as a matchmaker? I saw her in all the videos of the competition with many women in the class dubious and heart. What does that mean?
What is dubious? What is dubious?
I saw her in all the videos of the competition. What competition have you been? No. Bikini competition. Wet t-shirt competition.
I think it's about socials.
Yeah, okay. With many women in the class dubious and heartbreak. I don't know.
What is dubious?
Yeah, like kind of sketchy or whatever. So I don't know, maybe you're new to the channel, but yeah, Luby used to work for many of these dubious companies. Okay, so it's experience, and it's the way that it is. It's probably the best way to say that. We don't like to talk too much about who she used to work for, or dox any companies, or say this company's bad, or blah blah blah. There are other companies out there that do that online. We're not interested in doing it. In fact, we don't even want to compare ourselves. So when you say the competition, like we're not even in the same class as them, right? So, and a lot of people too, they say things like, that this industry is like a $10 billion industry or $3 billion industry. This industry is not a $10 billion industry. Men writing online to women, which is like entertainment cruises, that's a multi-billion dollar industry. Guys coming here and hiring a matchmaker and then dating women, it's not that great, okay? So, but we don't consider ourselves as like in that category. We don't have these big socials. We don't have, websites with, I don't know, tens of thousands of ladies that will write to you as soon as you write to them. Like, it's just, this is not even what we do. But yes, Luba has worked for a lot of these companies, and it's the reason why, like when we wrote Heart Rocket, that she can tell you exactly what goes on. So hopefully that answers your question. But why should you trust us? You should just trust like who you trust. If someone has to tell you why you should trust them, I probably wouldn't trust them. Are there any details on your matchmaker service on your website? Yes, the whole website is kind of like that, right? So just go to heartrocket.com/hour-packages, I think it is, and you'll see what we offer there. Yeah, or you can book a call with us and we can go over it more in an individual thing. Okay.
What about COVID testing before?
What about COVID tests needed before 10 USA? That there is some talk about this, like that getting a test before you leave to like open it up a bit more for travel.
No, it's a different, like when they get back to US. Yes, you have to do a test 42 hours before. You can do like every laboratory is doing this test at the moment, and it costs about $30, $40, $50, depends where you do it, and it is ready within 24 hours and even less. If you do the test, another hint for you here, if you do the test before 10 a.m. So if you do it before 10 a.m., then the result hypothetically can come even like the same evening. So yes, you will have to do it. It's not a big deal. I know that in US it costs more. Here it's cheaper, and don't worry about that.
Okay, but there was also something that I read about, like testing with like the airport here, and then testing when you get there, and it was to allow
Netherlands.
No, they were talking about it in Ukraine as well. It was just an article discussing.
No, there's some countries for some reason start now to request two tests. Like, it's terrible. You need to do a test like PCR test, and also express test that you do. It's ready in 30 minutes, and you should do it not later than 2 hours before your flight. I mean, it's terrible, but some countries now request two tests.
I think we've just answered all those. Oh, what's this one here? How is your schedule for the next?
No, I already answered. Go.
The dentist one?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there what? Igva. Is there what?
Is there? Don't know.
I was reading different types of flowers.
Okay, well, this is one about Women's Day, so let's spend some time discussing this, please.
Roses and number of roses still a custom in Ukraine, Russia, wedding rings. Yeah, flowers are important and color is important. So the worst thing that you can do
Yeah.
to a lady is to give her yellow tulips.
Oh.
Unfortunately, is the one that you got.
No.
Even though, like, I think they're very beautiful, like they're sunny, and like for the Women's Day, the tulips are very common, they're very popular.
That was close. I saw those there, and I was like, they look nice. Who wouldn't like those?
Yeah, but I mean, it was like, and the reason I will tell you why. So I don't know, probably it's a little bit like, it depends on the age of your lady, because like in USSR, it was a very, I don't know why they made the song, like they just destroyed the industry of flowers. The song was like, yellow tulips are the signs of the breakup. It was a song. And so now when people think like, and it's like a rima, like желтые тюльпаны, признаки разлуки. So it was about that. So when like you give the yellow, but even though like they're beautiful, but I would not advise it as a first flower bouquet that you are going to give her. About roses, you know, I think that nowadays this like bunch of roses, this 101 roses, like it's a little bit, I mean, it's still nice. Like, so if you do, you either do like 101, or you like nowadays they have these compositions like in the boxes, and like this is kind of like more in style now, so you don't have to worry about the number of flowers, because girls are judging. Yes, it like all the girls are like that. They're judging, are you giving her 3 roses or 5? You not love her enough, like you give her only 5.
This is the anxiety and the pressure that is created from these
unfortunately. So I had always advised to the guys, like, if you can't give her like a lot of roses and you don't want, and I understand that it's no need for that, give her boxes with a variety of flowers that will like,
and some chocolates,
and no chocolate, yes, like
what? Okay, well, some healthy nuts then.
Nuts. Yeah, so you give her that, and like then she can't judge, you know, like how many roses are there.
Yeah,
so like some pinkish or reddish.
And one thing, don't buy, and some people, I have heard of this, I don't know anyone personally, is you can get those teddy bears that are like the size of a human being, you know, those ones, and they sit in the corner. Like the apartments in Ukraine are very small. And to fit like 2 or 3 people in there is like quite hard. By putting a bear the same size as a human in there, you're like drastically reducing the floor space, and it's probably not that well appreciated, even though it's kind of cute. So
yeah, so how you can do the delivery? I mean, if the girl is not giving you a number, it's a red flag. Joshua, what are you doing? Give us a call.
Hang on, let's break this down. What do you mean she's not giving you the number?
You do not have to know your address. Like you don't have, you can only call to the service. You can order flowers. You can give them phone number, and then they will find out where to deliver flowers. This is like that. But if she doesn't give you a phone number, there's something more to the story.
Yeah, like if you say, I want to send you some flowers, and she says, and you say, what's your phone number? And then she says, I'm not telling you. Like that's kind of like, I don't really know what else you need to know after that. If she's not going to tell you the phone numbers just so you can send her a gift.
Like the comments coming on my face?
Yeah, I put them on that side so it doesn't affect my face. Yeah, so I don't know. She's not giving you a phone number. And how do you must be writing to her like from a paid letter writing site, all right? So stop doing that, please, now.
Yeah, and also like if you're giving the number of flowers, just 1 second.
Let me answer this.
But you have to give again, I forget this word. What amount of flowers?
Odd. It's odd, right? Not even. Odd. Yeah, it's an odd number of flowers.
Yeah, you need to give odd number of flowers. Sunflower seeds are those good.
So yeah, okay. So if you're dating a Gopnika, would it be Gopnika? Gopnika. Yeah, so probably not like sunflower. What do you think? Would you like sunflower seeds?
For what? For Women's Day?
No, not for Women's Day. What are you
for
crazy?
Birthday, for Christmas.
No, like just as a.
It's a good joke. Next.
What I would do with those is like, because one romantic thing you can do, but you can replace it with these things. Is like some people like to spread like rose petals throughout the bed. You can replace those with the sunflower.
Sunflower seeds. Can you give me a number to call? I would like to talk to you. Please go to the website www.heartturkey.com, and there is on the top is consultation and book a call. And I think that you have to do it immediately. Joshua, I'm waiting for your call. I don't want you to make any mistake and waste your money on something.
Yeah. You can. We'll give you our contact details. Don't worry if she's not doing it. We'll look after it.
I will accept it. Can you tell please how the letter writing video chat works, or do ladies go to the office or reply from their home? Igva,
Where does it say that?
I'm actually surprised. So it means that you are very newbie to our website and to our channel.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. You have to go to the same place as Joshua.
Call the receptionist and cancel my 2:00. We're going to be here for some time.
So go to our website, www.heartturkey.com, and book a call with us, please. We will tell you everything in depth.
Yeah, we don't do you can book a call with certain ladies who are happy to meet over Skype. Please, let's know us when we say not every lady in Ukraine is going, please, can I talk on Skype with some guy that may or may not come and see me? Okay. So some ladies are willing to do it. Some, willing to look at that option. And they will have a Skype call with you, and we will facilitate the call through Zoom. You can talk as long as you want. And if you like each other, just exchange phone numbers and then just talk to each other on Skype like regular human beings. There's none of this what you may be used to, is what I'll say there. Okay. What else? Who else has got a question?
You have such a light that it seems that my face is very shiny and oily, but it's just a light. That's important.
I've applied the oil filter onto you.
No, it's not that. It's just the light. Okay. You're still reading Milan's message?
No, go back up to the top, because I think we missed him at the top. No, okay.
Well, I tried multiple Ukrainian? No. I tried multiple Ukrainian. Missed it.
Okay, well, I mean, it's a short kind of feed. We thought we would just do one just for fun, really, on a Saturday to see what it's like. See who's out there.
Yes, Mark. I think if you give the sunflower seeds, it should be exactly even.
Yes.
One time I came to Striker and we bought the sunflower seeds. He really, for some reason, wanted to eat them. And I said, where are the shells?
Yeah, I was eating the shells.
So he was eating with the shells. So
I thought you ate them. Why would they put them in there with the shells?
Wait. So I think that he really
and the other thing is too is that
if she would not accept it, Striker will take it.
Hang on, let's just discuss this, because they're in there, and I took one. I licked it. It tasted like salt. Why would they put salt on them if they're still in the shells?
So you have to suck it and then but I
don't have time.
No, you don't. But gopniks, they come sit there. Hey guys, whatever.
What's it called?
Semichki. So you sit and you have all night until you will.
So I ate a whole bag with the seeds.
Yeah, you have
I tell you what, it was it was
painful later, right?
No, it was extremely regular.
How regular?
It was good. I had a.
But it's clear. It's clear. It clear your.
Yeah, well,
cautious.
It's like eating.
Cash.
It's like eating metal filings. Okay, what do you reckon? We have to go to the airport anyway.
Yeah, you guys need to have a cook-off.
Cook-off again.
Cook-off again. Yeah, I've been asking Striker to cook something.
She wants me to cook nachos, but I want to make Ukrainian nachos. I want to put a twist on that, on a classic, and turn it into Ukrainian nachos.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Oh, look here. Bloodstock's got it. You eat the seed, and then you separate the shell in your mouth, and then you spit it out. You spit it out?
No, that is the...
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? What, you don't read the news?
What?
Problems going on with that sort of stuff. You're going to bring it sick. Okay. All right. Right.
Yeah. No, we'll see.
Any other?
Any other questions, guys? We're sorry. It was.
Ask us ridiculous questions, because I like those ones. They're lots of fun.
Not about sunflower seeds anymore.
Okay. We're moving on from that. Okay. Get over it. We're over it, don't we?
Yeah.
Spend enough time on the.
Actually, it's what he has now for dinner.
Sunflower seeds.
I cooked.
When?
Just recently. You will have a pot of them.
That shit you made yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh my
Stop
God. It was like.
It was with the flower seeds. You know,
I was looking forward to eating those. You said that they got them from a specialist. They're like the Varenikis from a specialist.
specialist like
She was a specialist at making these Varenikis, and I was really looking forward to them. And in Luba, I don't know what you did with them. You decimated them. You disrespected the Ukrainian
So,
culture by
enough,
cooking those.
enough.
No, they were just a bit weird.
Так, advice to previous person: don't let writing spend a lot of money for nothing, and live video calls can be taped. Did Kim share with the same girl on 2 different sites? My question is there. Так вот. About Belarus. Yes, I've been talking to our partners because a lot of guys were requesting the Belarus, and we were thinking about taking the tour there. But they still kind of like have this like self-isolation. They said that nobody checked it, but as I understand, you have to stay in Belarus not less than 10 days because like the self-isolation is going up for 10 days. And nobody checked it. Nobody checked, like they don't have this app like in Ukraine. Are you staying home or no? So like people walking, it's very strict at the moment. Like if you're traveling to Belarus, it's very, very strict about crossing the streets. Like one of the guys got arrested because he passed the street on the red light. So in Belarus, there's a lot of cameras. It's very safe, but you have to really like, it's very, very strict in rules. And so
different from Ukraine, which sort of is a bit more free. Kind of.
Dealing guard like required.
It was the topic of this video. Things that I don't like. Is that what it is? Things that like annoy me? Is that what it is?
Deal really annoys Striker.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think they put it on too much. It's too much. It's on everything. It's like, what is this? It just tastes like dill. But if you like dill, come to Ukraine and you'll be eating it everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Like 3 more minutes and we're gonna go. Do you have any questions that you would like to know?
One good. There's a real good one coming. It's going to be a real clanger.
Yeah. No, it's okay. You know, like people are really ready. Like we've been at the beach and there's like everything is opening up and people are getting ready for the season. You know, especially in Odessa because people like even if there are going to be no international tourists, they know that there would be a lot of people from all over Ukraine. But still, you know, they announced a lot of flights from Odessa to Georgia to like they're going to be flight from Odessa to Lviv. So we will take a lot of tours there. Like I know that a lot of guys would like to visit. By the end of May, there will be a tour. Will be flight Odessa, Lviv. It will be Odessa, even Zaporozhye. And
you know, also one thing you could
and Kharkov.
You could think about is that like last year it was still kind of busy like throughout like Arcadia, but there wasn't much tourists, or maybe there wasn't many. And when I was talking to like some people that I know that work down there. They were saying, like it's still people coming here, but because the Ukrainian people can't travel to like other countries, so they travel to Odessa. So they go there, but they were saying that you can tell because it's like they're carrying like the bottle of beer to go to the beach with instead of the Westerners who go and buy the Coronas or whatever. They take like these massive bottles. They look like tanks of beer, and they take those down there. But a good thing is if there's not a lot of tourists, you know, because sometimes like Westerners can be a bit much, can't they? You think?
Yeah,
like,
but
you know, when they go down there, they get drunk.
But even last year when it was restricted, like we have like so many, we have Irish pub in Odessa, and there's always Western people, always Western guys who either live here or they stay in Ukraine or they travel. If is it true that if you put $100,000 in a Ukrainian bank, you will become a citizen? No, it's not true. There is a thing as investing visa. So visa. Of investors. So basically you get the permanent residency for 1 to 3 years. But we were looking like, because I've been talking to the lawyers and as a lot of guys were asking like, how can I move to Ukraine? What should I do? And the investment, it's actually more. It's I think 150,000 euros if I'm not, or maybe 100,000 euros, so it's a little bit over $100,000 anyway. So it's not that easy. I thought that you just buy an apartment and you become an investor. No, you have to go through like institution, like investor in institution.
It has to be a certain type of like property, doesn't it? I think
it's not just property. Like the way you got this visa, so much easier for you is just establish the company. And like this is so much more easier. I thought that investment would be easier, but it's so much better. It's actually, you know why it's not that many guys? Because it's very early. It's very...
Строка говорим, учить на русском. Да, конечно.
Чуть-чуть говори.
Milan,
Milan, he's doing very well. Like, honestly, his Russian is getting better. One day it will be full video in Russian. He's just a bit shy now.
Yeah, sure. This one here, I was just going to say something then. So if you are looking at getting like a citizenship, do not do the volunteers one, okay, unless you're actually going to become a volunteer. I actually had a guy today email me that, so it reminded me, and he was asking me which one is better. Stay away from the volunteer one. This one is so sketchy. It's so dodgy. What they actually do is like there'll be a lawyer that says, and lawyers are different here than they are there if you find a bad one. They'll say, hey, look, we can sign you up with this volunteer company, and you're a volunteer, no one's going to ask any questions, you volunteer for them. And so what happens is, like, maybe the volunteer company was set up by the lawyer in order to put clients into it, right? And then all of a sudden they closed the charity down. You got no idea about it. And we heard one of somewhere where they got caught. The cops stopped them for something, and then they realized that they're not even like they don't have the right documents, and they start checking everybody who got this visa, and they all had the same name or the same company, or something like that. So one person got caught in it, like the whole house of cards fell down. The best way to do it is to do it the legit way. Like, people, I don't know, we hate it when people come over and they're like, maybe I can just do things dodgy and not pay tax and not do this. It's like, why? It's like, tax is cheap. It's easy to get residency. It's easy to buy apartments. It's cheap. Why try and risk it and do something that's even cheaper, that's just shit, So it's very cheap to get stuff done, So I was told that African American men have 15% success rate in Russia and in the Ukraine. Is true? There is not, like, it's very difficult to say the numbers, honestly. It is more difficult, it is more challenging, but everything, like, there's so many different factors that working for your for your best or not. So it's really important to know who you are, where you're from, what you do, what are you interested, what are your plans. So if somebody tell you, like, if somebody guarantee you something, even if it doesn't matter, are you American, Indian, just you'd have a dark skin or you have like white skin, it doesn't really matter. I think that I hate the success rates thing. I think one of the first videos I made like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I talked about this, and I didn't really understand it fully, but I talked about how success rates are just buzzwords, just marketing words for like these companies to say. And also, like, it's, how do you determine what the success rate is? So it's like one company can say, we've got the highest, and one of them does say that, we've got 90% success rate. Well, what's determined as success, right? Is it marriage? What if they get divorced? What if they're living together, but they can't separate because they've got kids, but they hate each other? What if he's sleeping on the couch? What if this? What if this? It's so ridiculous. And just because there is, and I say this in my first video, I think I was talking about one of these companies, and I say, it doesn't matter if it's a 99.9% success rate. What does it have to do with you? What does it have to do with you, right? So, and that's the thing to remember. So everyone else could be completely reasonable and you're unreasonable, or the success rate could be like 5%. Because everybody else is just so unreasonable, but you're reasonable. I've even thought about, like, that we would never talk about success rates, right? We may say, oh, we had some clients that get married or something like that, but how do we determine what the success rate is? Do we interview them and say, hey, look, are you as happy as him? Okay, we'll put you on success. And you, I'm not so happy. Okay, well, then you're not. It should be up. Maybe if that client who gets married or whatever, he puts something online. He says, hey, look, I'm considered to be a success. But we wouldn't put that online anyway, would we? But if he wrote something or whatever, he's the only one that can determine whether or not he's happy enough that what he's done in life is a success. No one else can say, oh yeah, that guy 4 years ago, that's our success story there. It's like, nah, cruise off, get lost. That's just causing so much more problems in this industry than there needs to be. Yeah. How long can I stay in Ukraine on a visa? You can stay on a travel visa 90 days in a half a year. Yeah. Okay, you guys are great. Advice, very informative. Yes. Yes. Like, we can advise you. We can advise you on garlic deal and sunflower seeds. It's our new channel. Okay, well, if there's no other questions, we got to bounce. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we see you next time. We'll see you next time. You've got to push the button fast, otherwise there's a little moment there where we look stupid where we're trying to turn it off. Go.